Trump just came with a crazy idea to kick all the Gazans out of Gaza and perhaps temporary, perhaps permanently, and with that solve the whole conflict. Listen to this video.
I said to him, I'd love you to take on more, because I'm looking at the whole Gaza Strip right now, and it's a mess. It's a real mess.
So you'd like Jordan to house people from
I'd
Gaza?
like him to take people. I'd like Egypt to take people. I'm talking to General Sisi tomorrow, sometime, I believe. And I'd like Egypt to take people, and I'd like Jordan to take people. You're talking about probably 1.5 million people, and we just clean out that whole thing. It's it's over the centuries that's many conflicts that site, and I don't know. It's something has to happen, but it's literally a demolition site right now. Almost everything's demolished, and people are dying there. So I'd rather get involved with some of the Arab nations and build housing at a different location where they can maybe live in peace for a change.
Temporary, or would they ever
It
go
could
back?
be either. It could be temporarily, could be long term.
I honestly think this is probably the best, most practical solution I've ever heard so far to the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Now, hear me out before you run away. I can explain. See, I didn't think like that before, but it all changed after the last ceasefire, when Hamas came out of their tunnel with their all new uniform that have never been used and went out to the streets, and the people of Gaza celebrated them, and they all looked around at the destruction that happened to Gaza. Literally became a demolition site. There's barely a single structure standing in Gaza, and what they do is they go out and they say victory, and they say we're gonna go and repeat October 7 again. Allahu Akbar, this is great. Give us strength to do it again. We're gonna go and annihilate the Jews. Not a single responsible adult there. Not a single voice calling for peace, calling for a better future, calling for a change of way. All of them just walking around saying, we're gonna repeat that again. Allahu Akbar, we won. Let's do this again. Send us money, please subscribe. We are poor, help us rebuild this country. What do you think? They're estimating that it will need $90 billion to restore Gaza, so people can live in it. What do you think is gonna happen if you're gonna give Hamas right now, because they're the ruling power in Gaza. There's so many videos surfacing right now of them going in streets and executing, shooting people in the knees, people who dare to criticize them, people who dare to take the food that was sent to them by the humanitarian aid, and they're going around killing their people and just killing any opposition and establishing a new dominance over the education system, the hospitals, the mosques, the humanitarian aid sponsorship that is going there. That's what they're doing right now as we speak. So who in his sane mind thinks that if you will give them $90 billion, you're not going to have another October 7 happen? You're not going to have another war that will completely demolish Gaza, and the people of Gaza will keep living in this vicious cycle. And you know what's really crazy? You're not hearing a single voice from the people of Gaza calling for another solution other than let's repeat October 7th. And we've seen that in the war, and I'm not making this up. The statistics is all over there. There's so many research and polls that were made that showed that the Gazans have supported October 7 and that they're still supporting October 7, and you see that with the video. It's just completely out there. What other solution do you suggest? Mind you, which contracting company will even wanna enter Gaza right now with Hamas ruling and help rebuild Gaza? And the only reason the Western allies were able to rebuild Germany or Japan after Second World War was because, you see, when Japan was going all kamikaze on the Americans and going and impaling and torturing, killing millions of Chinese, America came and dropped 2 nukes on their heads, and they went, oh, Saki, this is no good, no good. Oh, we bad, we evil. America dropped nukes on us. We need to change our way. We need to become good. And Japan became one of the greatest countries in the world with the help of the US, with the help of the West to restore it. The same thing happened with Germany when they were going Mein Kampf and Heil Hitler on the wall and trying to exterminate all the Jews and to conquer and enslave planet Earth. America and the Western allies came and dropped so many bombs on them that they killed their entire leadership. And they went and said, oh, this is not good. We should not be Nazis. We should focus on Oktoberfest and making schnitzel. And they became one of the greatest countries in the world with the help of the West to restore that nation. With the whole idea, which is a beautiful idea, how can we restore Gaza? Right now, I don't see this happening without just creating another terrorist state, rewarding terrorists for killing their own people and doing this whole war, repeating October 7 and the same war happening again and again. And Trump is looking at it from a very practical way. This region, it haven't worked so far. Maybe if we just send them out to different countries where they can live there temporarily, permanently. Then we rebuild, and then we can think what's next. And I tell you what, I did the math. $90 billion divided by how many families there is in Gaza. As per the latest research, they estimated that there's 370,000 households, families in Gaza. Let's say after the war, it went down to 350. Let's go to 300,000 families. That's the one that will decide and agree to leave. 90 billion divided by 300,000 families will end up $300,000 per household. So if you're a Palestinian now and you're given $300,000 that you can take, that Hamas is not going to steal from you, and you can rebuild your life in Egypt, in Jordan, in Syria, in Sunni countries that share your similar values. Actually, in Syria, they will fit right in because Al-Qaeda took over the country and their values are very similar. They will fit right perfectly. And Palestinians and Al-Qaeda have very similar values. Don't let anyone lie to you. And then they will have the chance to ensure stability for their family for generations to come. I mean, that's up to them. We'll see if they will choose to use that money to support terrorism like they've been doing before, or actually choose to make their life better now that they're free from the burden of Hamas and have a chance to build a better life. That's up to them. But undoubtedly, if you will give that money to the Gazans right now, you're going to end up with Gaza 2.0, with October 7 2.0. It's going to be the same story again and the same tragedy again. And that war will repeat itself. I hope that in several years from now, we can watch this video again and I'm not going to say, told you so. I hope that we'll actually wake up because I cannot see any other way to help them. I mean, look at what happened in Gaza, the level of destruction, the leadership has been destroyed, and instead of calling for peace, you know, they were calling for ceasefire and genocide before, but now they're all, we won, you know, they were saying, oh, we're so poor, send us money, please subscribe, my family house has been destroyed, but now they, oh, we won, we eliminated, let's repeat October 7. I mean, just, this is why, by the way, in the Arab world, the Palestinians are perceived as the dumbest version of radical Islam, literally. That's why none of the Arab countries around Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, they see through them right away. Syria, others, they don't want to take Palestinian refugees. That's their Muslim brothers. They don't want to take them. Why is that? Because they know that anywhere they go, these guys always support death and they chant for death and they support terrorism and nothing good comes out of it. And you can see right now, like any numbskull that will wake up, come out of the bunkers and see the destroyed Gaza. All these people they see right now in these convoys of cars trying to reach the north, and they come and they find everything is destroyed. And then they look and they see a Hamas soldier going out with clean uniform that were never used. I can assure you there's no laundry services in these tunnels that Hamas have built. There's only torturing room, hostage, cages, and storage to put weapons and keep jihadist terrorists. It did not let a single Gazan actually go and take shelter in these bomb shelters, because they build it for terrorism. So the Gazans looking around and seeing Hamas come out and emerge as if they are victorious and grabbing all the spotlight and taking all the glory. And the Gazans are not enraged themselves and choose to overthrow Hamas, and instead they choose to join and celebrate with Hamas. That shows you everything you need to know about Gaza, about the Palestinian mentality. Don't be fooled. The same thing is in the West Bank. Same thing. Same thing is over there. Maybe there's a little bit Fatah, they hate Hamas, but in the streets, same hatred. Same hatred toward the Jews, same love towards death. And until they don't change these ways, I honestly don't see any other solution that is better than what Donald Trump just suggested. You know what? Let me give you a crazy idea. Some would say, no, we don't, the Jews, that was a plot from the beginning. They want to kick all the Arabs and take over the land. Then how about if we take the Druze from Syria and the Gazans from Gaza and switch them? Let the Gazans go live in Syria. They're going to get beautiful mountains. Bring the Druze to live in Arabs, to live in Gaza. I can assure you that in 5 years' time, Gaza will have the most beautiful beaches in the world. It's going to have beautiful, magnificent hotels, tourism is flourishing, science, education. It's going to become a paradise, the next Singapore in the Middle East. Because that's what's happened when you let peace-loving Arabs and you support them and empower them and help them build a country. That's not what will happen when you will take and help, again, radical jihad to do radical jihad. That's just not going to work. So anyway, guys, if you have any other ideas, like I said, that was not something that I thought about before, but now that I think about it, I can't find a better solution for peace in that region other than, send these radical, terrorist-loving death cult somewhere else, let them live among their own people, and let them figure their way around it. I cannot find a better solution. If you have any other one, please feel free to leave in the comment. I'm gonna read it and maybe I'll make a video about it. If you really genuinely give me a better solution than this, I'm willing to listen, but make it practical. Make it really based on facts, not just some kind of emotions and slogans and, you know, anti-Semitism, racism slurs. Because these comments, I have no patience for them. I see these comments in my feed, you know. So yeah, try to give a good solution and we can discuss it in one of my next videos. But until then, guys, don't do anything stupid in general. Just don't do anything that I would do. And in general, just be thankful that there is some leaders in the world that are willing to do the hard decision, even if it's not the popular decision. And I think that is what Trump is doing right now. He's thinking about the practical, hard solution rather than the popular, wishy-wishy, woke solution that is just not going to do anything and just make some people feel good in their tummy and then come back to the same movie again and again. Sometimes in life, you need to separate emotions from logic and you need to do the right thing. So yeah, do the right thing. Till then, guys, stay safe. See you next time.